Morning. It's May Monday again for me and you if you're watching this. Hanging out with Ike. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to pull your tail. We just woke up, had a Spanish lesson, just thinking about wood. So I'll try to update. So basically just was put down another layer. This is more of a brown layer I went with asphaltum. Asphaltum just being more of a color that is brown, red, and green, and black. And I can play with those ratios to kind of get a nice gray color. Use that as the medium that I base layer that was scumbled on. And then most of the brushwork that I used this week was more with scumbling brushwork, like this, where it's not as smooth and it's not like leaving lots of paint on. It's like scrubbing. Scumbling is scrubbing the paint onto the surface to get that translucentness of it. I did mix in the impasto, liquid impasto gel medium into the titanium white, but the palette that I used was this asphaltum color that I created from the red and black and green, and then also use that to tint the white and also tint basically just cadmium red medium, the real evil color, carcinogenic cadmium red. Tint that with the asphaltum and then use that to make a gray scale of like a 5-step gray scale from the white to the red, but the white ended up being like almost like a pinkish color. And then usually I do this and I only settle in on like 1 or 2 colors, and like that's what I go to town with, and I have all these extra colors that I'll use. But I'm still working on a way to save it. Like one of the better ways I've seen is like to have a glass palette and then wrap some aluminum foil over it, and you're almost making like its own like tube, but I just haven't like perfected it. Like, you know, you always got these little projects, and I'm sure if there was a really great one, it'd be there already. I could buy it, but I haven't seen it. If you know about it, let me know. So pretty much I've lost all the veins that I like originally underlaid, but I can kind of pick them out there. Also, did not get a chance to, it was like, I do this kind of often, like a scraping of the prior layer to get a more smooth surface, but also because I've cast and just like hair is abundant, like little hairs, or hairs from the paintbrush will end up in the painting. And so I have to scrape them off, but also it gives me like a little bit of the layer that was below, kind of show through. The whole reason of having impasto is to be able to scrape it off later and have more whites show through later. And so there's this kind of chaotic part of the process that's like, I have no idea how it's going to happen, and that makes it intriguing to me. And so I do that. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm really regimented in what I want to do, but then like there's these like parts of like, what am I doing? And so I'll try to get a shot of that in there. If you hang around enough, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I like to do that. I need there's something to do with wood that I have to touch on this week. And so, yeah, really vague plan for this week, but I have 4 days to myself, Dias de Libre. And so I'm like really, like, hopefully we'll be able to, knock something out, or I don't know. Also got a couple reveal paintings to show for you, and hanging out with Mike and Ike this week, and maybe see some of the youngins. Right, thanks.